this last week, new season of Love is Blind came out, right? Do you think that you could go and not necessarily on a show, doesn't even have to be on a show, but like, do you think that you could just get to know somebody, not have any clue? You're not even allowed to talk about appearance when you are getting to know this person, and go into it, propose to them before you ever see them.
Like, oh, not again.
So we've got a story again from Reddit Dating, our usual, you know. This one, short and sweet. Be honest. Do you date for personality? So many people are like, yeah, I date for personality. Looks don't matter. But how true is that? Specifically for you, and don't lie. Don't lie.
Oh, I thought you're still.
They are saying that, but I'm emphasizing. Don't lie.
All right. No need to lie over here.
All that matters to me is personality. I'm like Shallow Hal. Before he was blind. In fact, no, it's all looks. No, it's not. Do you know that reference?
Yeah, it's a movie.
Thank
yeah.
You. I guess I started. I think most people date first based off looks.
Yeah.
Obviously, I don't know your personality before I talk to you. So obviously, I think, oh, that person's attractive, or I find them attractive, because that's different to everybody.
Yeah.
And so that's going to be this initial spark. And then after that, certainly I think personality comes into it. Now, the question is there a balance where you got looks and personality, where the looks maybe are here, the personality is so shit, you're like, okay, nope, don't matter how hot that person is.
Right.
I'm only going to have sex with her for a few weeks.
Oh, my God.
And then I'm moving on.
Just a few times.
Then I'm moving on.
You gotta make sure. Yeah. You have to make sure.
You got to give it a while.
You can't just
Because what if she's testing you?
Exactly.
She's like, I'm going to have a shitty personality, and then I'm going to let this person know who I am after,
Yeah, see?
he gets it in a few times.
I feel like every episode there is at least one thing that makes me question why I'm friends with you. Money, what about you?
Oh, well, I wasn't done, but I'll come back to it.
It sounded like you'd wrapped it up. Sorry.
I agree with Cakes, though. I mean, you're ultimately, I feel like you're attracted to the person first.
Yeah.
Physically.
But physically. And then, I would say personality is not first. It would be second. Because I first got to get to know you. But there are those times, and I'm not saying, I don't know if it's happened to me. I have to think back. Where you already said, no, I'm not attracted to this person. But as you get to know their personality, that advances that from not attractive to attractive. Because you're like, man, you have above what I thought personality that now you start saying,
No, for real.
Okay.
Yeah. That's a real thing. I think that is a real thing. And just to emphasize, their question was, do you date for personality? So
dating,
I think both of you have,
dating.
Yeah, but I feel like both of you have proven that. Like, are you actually going to date this person just because you're attracted to them? No. You have more factors in it that is deciding whether you're going to date them, right?
Yeah.
Not just, let's see if we like each other. That I don't really consider that dating until you've established, okay, we like each other, we want to hang out on a regular, consistent basis. Then it kind of turns into a dating scenario, right?
right.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, it's usually there's that initial attraction. You get to know them, and that is really what determines, at least for me, whether I want to hang out with you, if I want to, put time into this person. And then, like you said, there are those instances where initially I wasn't attracted, didn't even think twice about it. Wasn't even like, oh, I want to hang out with them, just me and them, But then you start to get to know them. You're like, oh, you know what? I kind of like you,
Exactly.
So there is that attraction to the personality too.
Yeah. May I ask a question of money?
Oh.
If the person He never gave me his consent. Until you consent, I'm not questioning you.
Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm just preparing myself now because your line of questioning sometimes.
Can I get a fucking spotlight in on this guy right now? He's already nervous. He's sweating.
Arms are already feeling it. Okay, what do you got for me?
Okay, let's say. Okay, so we're talking about. You said that you might find a person, maybe they're not having that initial attraction, but then you get to know them and like, oh, they got a great personality and they appear more attractive. But is there a balance to where a person's just so fucking ugly? In your mind, you're like, oh my God, they are horrible. They are a troll.
Okay.
But God, that personality is great.
Yes.
I'm going to give her a shot.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Oh, I didn't hear the line.
You're going to give her a
I
shot.
didn't hear the end.
You're going to give her, you know what?
No, because that, I'm sorry. Just go ahead.
No.
You know what? The question was for you.
No,
Money.
you're giving me time.
Okay, I'm qualifying. So troll.
Okay.
I mean, and I'm not trying to be mean.
No, I hear what you're saying though.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's not, for some people, it's no fault of their own. It's just a genetic lottery. Mm-hmm. You know.
I don't know.
Know what?
No, I don't. I don't.
You don't
think,
know or no?
No, meaning I don't think I have to have some attractiveness to you. I have
An
to
attraction.
have
Yes.
There has
Yes.
to be an attraction because yes, you can be down here in the looks and your personality can keep growing. You can be high. You have the most amazing personality. But in my mind, I'm gonna say, dang, I wish you were just a little bit more attractive. Like I would still want this marker to be up. Not saying they can't, but.
Not like they have to be a fucking 10 either.
No,
but
not at
like,
all.
I get what you're saying. Like, you gotta at least have some sort of attraction, and the personality doesn't always do that for you and what is attractive to you. But for somebody else, I might be looking at them like, you know, you have a great personality, but I don't have that attraction towards you. But this bitch over here might actually be like, oh my God, I actually am attracted. But everybody has their different types that they're interested in too.
Yeah.
So
True.
So that person then becomes a friend.
friend zoned. Man, we always come back to the friend
I
zone.
know.
Such a good friend.
And I was thinking that too. It was like when he asked it, I was like, that's that friend. That's that friend.
Yeah, well, no, I mean, it's not necessarily friend zone unless they expressed interest in you and you knew that.
Yeah.
Right.
Because you got to know that you got to know they want you. That's how you only friend zone people you know. I think. Yeah. Here's an interesting thing. Okay. This is an interesting. I was listening to NPR on the way to work, and whoever was on it was a psychologist or something, and we talked about this, and I think we actually just mentioned it that, you know, guys, they said guys are pretty straightforward. We find you attractive. We don't find you attractive, and your attractiveness doesn't. Their actual like our physical attractive draw doesn't really change, is what they said. Like we think you're pretty or not. Your personality doesn't make you prettier. Okay. It just makes us more interested in you. Okay. But they did say that for women, you like you said it yourself, you might not find a person initially attractive. They're not a troll, but you're just like, you know. But then you find out, oh my God, they're so cool. You actually start to perceive them as more attractive. Whereas for us,
vice versa. Look at me.
Yeah, pull that up here.
That to me, that explains a lot.
But for real, the opposite too. Like I can come
into
a situation
they're
being
hot,
like, oh my God, he
is
beautiful. But then you get to know them, and you're like, man, they really aren't they aren't as attractive as I thought when I first saw them, you know?
Yeah, because you got their like shit personality.
Yeah.
It's like half of these rappers out here. I'm like, oh my gosh, blah 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 blah. Little such and such is so cute. I'm like, I'm not a big judger of men, but no.
Oh, I thought you were. I thought you were talking about your own personal experience.
No.
Like, God, I thought this guy was hot until I got to know his personality.
I never had a problem being like, oh, that's an attractive man or something. But some of these guys, if they didn't have rap.
Yes, that's what I was about to say. I think these bitches are just seeing the dollars.
They're seeing the dollars.
Because there's so many guys where I'm seeing these girls fall all over them. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I'm like, they were there when they were trapping. You know what I mean? They were there after the music video had dropped. Couple chains were purchased. The lifestyle change. Because I'm like, they were ugly, then they still ugly.
Man.
So what was the question originally?
So the question was, would you date for personality? So that kind of brings me into this last week, new season of Love is Blind came out, right? Do you think that you could go and not necessarily on a show, doesn't even have to be on a show, but like, do you think that you could just get to know somebody, not have any clue? You're not even allowed to talk about appearance when you are getting to know this person, and go into it, propose to them before you ever see them.
Okay, so can we qualify? I've never watched Love is Blind.
Okay.
So
give a quick synopsis.
Yeah.
Okay, quick synopsis. They have the men, they have the women. They're all dating each other in these what they call pods. And so there's a wall. Nobody can see each other. All the men know what each other look like. All the women know what each other look like. And they go and they date. They see who, they rank as their top person. Like, oh, I'm really vibing with this person, that, and the other. They're not supposed to be talking about appearance at all. At all. And so they have solely based these connections on conversation and getting to know them and their background and how they grew up and what they do in life, like that kind of thing. Yeah. And so before they're allowed to meet, they have to propose to be able to see each other. They have to be engaged to be able to see each other. And so that's the whole concept of it. So then, they propose, yes, you're the one, or, oh, I don't know, because I have a connection with somebody else too, and I can't decide, and that kind of thing. But once they do agree, we're engaged, then they get to meet for the first time. Okay. And then the show proceeds.
So question I have, has there ever been an ugly person on that show?
Yes.
Oh, really?
For my opinion, yes.
No, but I'm talking about a general stance.
General standards, yeah.
Ugly. Because this is television we're talking about. They only put pretty people on.
That's a great question. I guess, everybody's
moderately
perception and opinion.
I'll have to watch it.
Because there's people like, even, because I was watching a little bit of it before I came, and I was like, man, I don't know. Like, because I want some, but then again, I've never experienced that where I'm building a connection prior to ever seeing somebody. So I don't know how I would handle that. And if I would just truly find them attractive the second I meet them because I've already built that connection. True. I don't know.
Yeah, true.
So you can talk to them and like, do they ask questions that aren't directly about how they look?
Yeah, they don't talk about how they look.
Yeah. No, so like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I can't say, you can't say, do you play sports?
You
play
could,
sports?
yeah. You could. Like, there's.
Oh, I want to know. Do you play sports? Because I like an active person. So I just want to know if you play sports. Do you play sports?
Me, no.
Okay, well, shit. I like an active person.
I mean, I think
but
you
come
can
on.
tell.
Okay, ask me if I play sports.
But I think that's different because
I was role playing.
when you say, do you play sports? There's a lot of sports where you don't have to have the exquisite.
I'm trying to
right.
get there. Can you slam a basketball?
Especially.
That's where I'm going on this to know how tall you are, motherfucker.
Wow.
Can you slam dunk?
Hey, I've seen some
Spud Webb like. Come on. Yeah, I slam dunk, but like Spud Webb slam dunk.
Can you change a light bulb without a stool?
Like, oh my God.
You know what I mean?
Can you change a light bulb? It's like a handyman without a stool.
Well, I think it would be intriguing. The only thing that gets me is like I wouldn't get engaged to a person. I don't think you could. I believe that's where the TV aspect of it really comes into play. Like, oh my gosh, we've been on this show for 2 weeks. I've connected with them. I'm going to get engaged. I think that they have to have that big thing to make their show unique. But I think you can probably genuinely connect with somebody and then be like, oh man, this person is I'm really connected to them, which, like you said, might sway their attractiveness when you finally meet them. But I'm not getting engaged to find out.
Yeah, but I mean, you do make a good point. A lot of these people are fairly attractive. Like, there's been some body types with the women where I'm like, the men have been kind of brutal when it came down to meeting them in person. And I've seen some episodes like that where I'm just like, dang, he is mean. But like, I was headed somewhere with that. Shoot, I lost my train of thought.
Well, I was thinking, okay, what was that show where that guy that's like has no neck and he's been on those dating shows. And he's getting,
that's
is that 90 Day Fiance or something like that? Or
No, because she wasn't from overseas.
is that the one they get engaged before they even meet? There was some shows.
I forget what one, but I know, yes. I can't remember what it is.
Maybe I'm getting my shows mixed in because they each have to have their little special thing.
Oh, I remember where I was headed. Okay. So when they do talk about appearance, there's people that portray themselves as something other. So it's interesting to watch, like when the physical stuff does come up. Well, I don't want to tell you what I look like, but people have mistaken me for Megan Fox. This bitch did not look a goddamn thing like Megan Fox. Like nothing. It was a whole thing too. So like memes everywhere. I felt so bad for her.
She probably looked like.
She looked nothing like Megan Fox.
Like a fox mauled Megan.
Oh my God. Oh my God. And I want to leave it there because I don't want to tear down another woman. I would
tear them down. Tear it down.
I know.
But like
of women, just kidding.
Honey.
Yeah, she's just the same.
Stop telling people that.
Little delusional in her
No. Delulu.
Oh, Delulu.
That's how you say it.
Okay.
Okay, because Gen Z won't. I forgot my train of thought. Oh. No, I think that I did watch something, and it was like we are very shallow and we're very surface oriented. It's attraction. We're not very shallow, but good relationships are going to last if your values align. So it's got a good premise. Good relationships that if your values align, if your life goals and values are going to be in alignment,
right?
That's what's going to carry you through more than just physical attraction, because that stuff changes. Bodies change, and so I think the premise there is good.
Okay. So did any of us say we would actually be on the show?
I would. How much am I getting paid?
Nothing.
Oh, they're paying you. You can't just give up your life for 90 days, and I can't go to work, and I can't pay my mortgage.
Like
I can't pay my child support if I had children.
Okay.
They're paying me, motherfucker.
How did you just say that?
Children's.
Okay.
I can't say child. I children's.
Anyway, that Reddit post made me think of that show since it just, new episodes came out last week, and it just made me think like, could I do it? Could I do it?
It's interesting, but I do think at the point of, it's like, oh, besties.
Yeah.
Besties.
Like, could you truly trust the process on that show? I mean, I don't know.
You should apply for some of these shows.
That's tough.
That would be cool, right?
Whoa, so cool.
There's so much. I know we're belaboring this, but there's so much about relationships and attraction. Like, do they ever get to be anywhere physically close?
After they propose, yes.
So, because there's so much.
Like as soon as they meet, they can make out and everything.
Physiological and that's just so. Like we don't even. It's not about the words we say. Yeah. There's just so much that is.
It's the looks we give.
It's subconscious, sublingual. I
wouldn't make it far on those shows. As soon as I say I have 2 kids. Ain't nobody proposing. Let's be real. Like, I can't go on those reality shows. But like,
so you put out. That's what I'm hearing.
Funny.
You want a top tier, high quality man. Blah, blah,
Decade long relationship. I put out. Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
No, I hear you.
Well, I mean,
I think there's expectations when you're on these shows. There have been women where they have like 1 kid.
Sure. They're also younger.
I don't even. No, these people are in their 30s. You forget I'm not as old as y'all. I don't know how many times I got to point this out.
Early 30s, late 30s, mid 30s.
I don't know how many times I got to point this out.
You could have focused that on him.
But no, there are women on there that have a child.
Yeah.
Granted, I don't think I've seen any of the marriages actually go all the way through to the end. Because like once they get to the altar in this show, they can right then and there be like, never mind. But that's like what Money was saying. They're just there for the fame. They're not there for the relationship, the connection. They're not there for that. A lot of the time, it is truly to promote something they're trying to do on the side.
Yeah. I mean, it's a fun little. They're getting paid, and it's a once in a lifetime experience that could potentially become more, because it's just like there are variety, like we talked about it earlier before we got on here, all the different, so the challenge, like those guys are always coming back, and they go Survivor and crossover, Big Brother, and it's just so like I was on this show now, and that's you're making a career out of it, and you know, plus all the other things that come around from it. So,
True.
I think it would be interesting and fun, but the question is, do you date for personality? Not purely, not 100%. No,
Yeah.
I don't think
there's
anybody
more
does.
to it than just that. Yeah.
Even the people who aren't genetically lucky in the looks department don't date for personality.
Right. They have
Purely.
They have to feel some sort of attraction to that person. Whether their attraction is different than the type of attraction we have towards somebody, everybody's is different.
And in case you are that person, like that's your thing. Like, oh, that's like your fetish, your kink, your whatever. Anyway. Yeah.
Great point.
So, hey, watch the new season of Love is Blind coming up.
Hey.
Maybe I'll watch it. I'll
We
watch
should.
this one.
We should.
Yeah.
Should.
Yeah.